apologizes for Philip Seymour Hoffman diss. So first of all, before I read his apology, you guys know what had happened, right? Mm-hmm. For those of you out there that are unaware, when Drake's cover that was slated to just get released was replaced with Philip Seymour Hoffman's because of his death, and they wanted to honor the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, Drake got really upset. And he turned to his Twitter account and he wrote that he was disgusted that the magazine took my cover from me last minute and ran the issue. He then followed that up with, but rest in peace to Philip Seymour Hoffman, all respect due, but the press is evil. So, of course, he got a lot of criticism for that, right? So Drake has now posted an open letter on his blog writing, quote, I completely support and agree with Rolling Stone replacing me on the cover with the legendary Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's one of the most incredible actors of our time and a man that deserves to be immortalized by this publication. He goes on to explain, my frustration stemmed from the way it was executed. The circumstances at hand are completely justifiable, but I was not able to salvage my story or my photos, and that was devastating. They ran the issue without giving me a choice to be in it or not. He goes on to apologize. We'll include the whole apology because I won't have time to read it all, but he goes on to take responsibility, to apologize, and also say that this is an opportunity right now for him to learn and grow. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Rolling groan.
I'm sorry, we're going home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Drake's new motto, baby, no, no.
Definitely in poor taste. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know what I could have said.
What?
This is nothing to huff at.
That's a good one.
I like playing on
Don't cry over spilled milk. Because I think the biggest lesson in this, if you can't do something about a situation, because clearly the cover was replaced without his knowledge, it was already out, already released, there's no point in publicly tweeting your disgust when there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And also, there's a time and a place for everything. Even though I think in this industry, you do have to be concerned with yourself and your career and your future and things like that. There is a moment when you have to kind of go, is this the time for me to talk about me right now?
Yeah.
Is this the moment right when somebody had just died? Do I really need to talk about me?
Right.
Maybe not right now, like maybe like in a week. I could like have my people talk to their people and be like, y'all was wrong.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, A, of course, this was not the place, this was not the time and place. Number two, when you first said that, you know, maybe he should have said it at a different time, I didn't agree with you, but when you said have his people, I think in these type of situations, I don't think you should talk about it at all. I think his agent, if it really bothered him and it wasn't Philip Seymour Hoffman, if they did something else, have your manager go and call up, you know, Rolling Stone and be like, hey, listen, we're super grateful, but in the future, can you please come to us first so we could have salvaged that article and used it for a different issue or whatever. Right. What did you think about his initial reaction?
Well, I mean, he overreacted. Like you said, you can't stop complaining on Twitter. Why does everybody go to Twitter? I think back in the day when people used to write an email, you know, and say like, oh, you know, they make like they're gonna send it to the person they're mad at, and then they don't send it. I think he sent the tweets, and then he's like, oh crap, I wasn't supposed to send those. Yeah, so.
Too late. Yeah. So sorry. What do you think, Bree? What did you think about his apology?
Oh, I'm glad he apologized and addressed it, and I'm glad he said I'm going to use this as a learning lesson to grow from. But at the same time, I'm just like so blown away that somebody would publicly admit those things.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that it got taken out of context, that it wasn't even about the cover. He agreed that Philip Seymour Hoffman should have been on the cover. What he didn't like is that they still ran his interview. He would have hoped that they would have been like, hey, Philip Seymour Hoffman's going to be on the cover, and then given him the opportunity to be like, oh, of course, but let's save my interview portion to be run with my cover in a couple of months or next month.
But I hate when people say they took what I said out of context.
Me too.
Because he literally said,
I'm disgusted.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
Also, R.I.P. Philip Seymour Hoffman. You were great. So obviously it wasn't out of context.
It wasn't the right time and place to complain. It wasn't about you. Something much bigger is going on, as you stated earlier, Shauna. Philip Seymour Hoffman died, and they're honoring him.
Cover of every magazine, especially Rolling Stone. Remember in Almost Famous when he worked for Rolling Stone?
Yeah. No, of course.
Right?
No, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. So did you think that his apology, though, was sincere, or do you think it was carefully constructed by a PR machine?
I think Drake's apology was like all of his songs, written by somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I definitely, from my perception of Drake, I don't know him personally. Yeah. I don't think he's completely this huge douche, whatever, of a person. I do think some of that rang true, at least for me, that maybe, you know, he just didn't choose the right forum. He was angry and kind of lashed out immediately. Like you said, didn't delete the tweets quick enough. Somebody got a retweet in and he was like, damn. Yeah. So, you know, I think there's a portion of that. And there's a portion of your publicist and all these people saying, okay, we need to do some damage control because you come across as an asshole in this tweet.
And you're right, though. He did say, because I didn't get to read his whole apology, so please make sure we'll include the link that you read it, because he did say that he acted spontaneously and things like that. And I'm sure he's regretting everything he did. And he got lost in his own. Gosh, I mean, he
kind of bought into his own hype a little bit too much. Like,
and if it's humbled him now, which I hope it has, hopefully based on his apology, if it is sincere, it did. But yeah, he forgot that it ain't all about him.
He should be used to it at this point. Stuff like that happens all the time in the industry. They go with someone else. They change something at the last second. He of all people should know that because he's been in this industry for such a long time.
And at the end of the day, roll with the punches and be grateful that your article's still in Rolling Stone. Let alone, I'm sure that issue sold more than most issues because Philip Seymour Hoffman was on the cover.
So your article probably got more press than it would have with you on the cover. Like, think about that, baby.
And I have a real problem with people that complain after the matter. Like, again, like what I said with my 5 words, like, if there's nothing you can do about it, you just look like you're bitching and complaining.
Yes. And not even after the matter. It's, for me, more a sense of you're not realizing the gravity of this situation, and your role in it is so minuscule, yet you managed to pull focus from something that was way more important than you right now. Yeah. Like, I never met Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't know him personally, and I won't get the opportunity to, but there were a lot of people who his work touched. And right now, he's gone. And right now, people wanted a chance to just think about that and mourn. And you were like, actually, but I'm supposed to be on the cover. Not cool.
Not cool at all. Yeah, definitely bought into his own hype. Yes. Hopefully he's humbled by it. So what did you guys think about Drake's apology? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you think it was sincere? What'd you think about his initial reaction to his cover being replaced as well? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Sugar.